In sales, one of the most important things is avoiding turnoffs, avoiding turning off your prospect. That doesn't mean that you have to like everybody you encounter or you have to sell everybody you encounter, but you have to hold yourself to a high standard where a prospect isn't turned off by you. They might be turned off by the offer, by the price, they have objections. That's all part of the game. But you have to hold yourself to a high professional standard to avoid turnoffs. And we're going to talk about how to do just that. So to be able to avoid turning people off, I've laid out 6 of my top things to focus on so that you don't turn people off. Again, turning people off from the offer, objections, people not liking exactly what you're selling, welcome to sales. But you as a person, as a communicator, as a leader, as a presence, have to focus on these 6 things, and I think you're going to make a huge difference. Number 1 is going to be the dress. Now, we have a section on dress, how to appropriately dress. I'm in a hoodie right now, right? I'm not in a suit and tie. But we have to look at how are we dressing and presenting to the prospects. Maybe the role that you're calling for or the role that you're selling for, wearing a nice hoodie, you can get away with. But maybe you have to wear a suit and tie. Whatever it is, make sure you're dressing appropriately for the role. If you're dealing with high net worth individuals and they jump on a call with you and you're wearing a ratty t-shirt and your background is messy because you're on Zoom or whatever it might be, it doesn't look good, there's a lot of external noise, the trust, gone. They're turned off. See you later. But if you're dealing with high net worth individuals and you are dressed in a collared shirt with a nice background and your audio is good, well, you're probably not going to turn them off. It's what they expected. So whatever your dress is, make sure that you're matching or maybe even one notch above who you're selling to. The second thing on my list of avoiding turnoffs is your speech, okay? So slang, curse words, mumbling, bumbling, stumbling through, that will turn a lot of people off by doing that. So let's avoid that. Let's keep our speech clean. Let's make sure we know what we're going to say. I would much rather you say nothing and take a pause than have ums and ahs and stutter over everything. Listen, stutters and fumbles and all of that, they're going to happen. You probably watch some of these videos and I'm doing it in the video. No one is perfect, but the more that we can control that, cleaner speech, we know what we're going to say. We're able to enunciate. We're able to take pauses when need to. We're able to control our tonality and our emotions. That helps so much with our ability to not turn people off and to have more people like you. Body language is incredibly important. If I get on a call with somebody and I'm a prospect and the person on the other end is not well put together and they're sitting kind of hunched over, or I say something to them and they get kind of defensive and they cross their arms and they get all weary and they're showing lack of confidence and they're not speaking loud and clearly and they're just not carrying themselves the way you think a professional should, turn off. It's going to turn you off every single time. So making sure that your body language is dialed in. How are you going to show confidence? How are you going to show conviction? How are you going to be that expert that they're looking for to help them solve X problem or whatever it is that they came to the call for? And your body language has everything to do with it. All right, the fourth thing on my list is conviction. Conviction is your ability to be so sold as to what you are selling that the person that you're speaking to truly believes it's the best thing since sliced bread. If you are not convicted to the point in which you are convicted it's to the level of which you will sell, if you are not convicted in what you're selling and believe that you are severely undercharging for what you're selling, good luck making a sale. Example being, if I'm selling a $10,000 product and I have been through the program, I know the ins and outs, I know the results that it's delivering, and people that are spending $10,000 are making their money back within the first 30 to 45 days, and those that stayed in the program for 6 months, 10 months, 12 months have made $100,000. And I know they're 10xing their money within a 12-month period of time, and I'm afraid to tell someone it's worth $10,000, you shouldn't be selling it, period. I'm not saying you shouldn't be in sales, but you shouldn't be selling that. Because in the back of my mind, if I have a program that's 10K and makes $100,000 for someone over the course of the next 12 months, I think I should be selling this damn thing for $60,000. And I'm going to be selling it from that price point. I'm going to be presenting it like it's a $60,000 product. I'm going to be closing like it's a $60,000 sale. So that when I ask for $10,000, they're like, oh, that's it? Yeah, okay, we can do that. And it makes it that much easier because the conviction is going to be through the roof. Okay, number 5, care. You want to not turn somebody off? Care about them. Make sure that you are getting a good understanding of why they're there, what is it they're looking for, and that you're selling them something that they actually need. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to calls or even been on calls myself where we're trying to force sales onto people. You're not going to sell anything by trying to pound a square peg into a round hole. It ain't going to happen. If you have the care and the wherewithal and the moral compass to understand where someone is at and what is it they need to be better, you're going to be great at sales, and you're not going to turn people off. Okay, my sixth and final one, which is prospect-centric, ties back into care. This really focuses on making sure that the sales experience, the encounter, is all about the prospect. Making sure that they feel heard, they feel understood, their questions are answered. You're explaining it in ways in which they can understand, and making sure that the entire journey isn't about you. It's not about the company. It's not about you cashing a commission check. It's not about you making a sale to pound your chest, amongst your buddies, but it's about the prospect and making the entire process custom to them, making them feel heard, selling directly to their problems, and using what you have learned about them to solve the problem, not just an ABC paragraph, but actually saying, hey, I remember you saying earlier how much it meant to you to spend more time with your kids. And I think if we implement X, Y, and Z, we should be able to accomplish that time freedom within the next 60 to 90 days. I guess if we were able to help you transform that, would that be okay for you? Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Prospect-centric. I was able to solve their problem, take their problems and be able to present them and solve them. Made it all about them. When I'm asking for the sale, it's about them. When I'm overcoming objections, it's about them. It's never about me. It's never about my company. It's never about me cashing a check. Everything that we do has to be prospect-centric, and this is probably the biggest thing that we can take away on how to not turn people off.